Yeah. So morning everyone. So today, like yesterday we discussed about the installation softwares, downloading, how to download the softwares and some service marketplace and other stuff we discussed in the yesterday. So today we'll start with the installation. Okay. So to start the installation, we should know some technical terms in the SAP. So what is this technical terms in the SAP? So in SAP, so when you are doing the installation, when you are speaking with others, normally each SAP system for each SAP SID, each SAP system, we will put one name. That name is called the SID, System Identification. Then, then after that, instance number. Then after that, application server. Application server. So application server, then computer name and host name. And also about the LAN, so network, all these things. So I'm not going to discuss about this one. And also DB server name or DB host name. Okay, DB host name or DB server name. And drives, like file systems, right? So all these things we should be aware of. Why? Because when we are discussing in the SAP, so always these technical terms will come. So that is the reason in advance, if you know what is this mean by, then we are good to understand what is it. So when you are installing the SAP system, when you are installing the one SAP system, we will put one SID, we will put one naming convention. So how we will put name for born babies? Suppose if I take outside of the SAP topic, suppose like born babies. When a baby is born, then after some days we will put one naming. To identification purpose, we will put one naming convention, right? Either 3 letters, 4 letters, 5 letters. So here also, when you are doing the installation of the SAP system, so we will put one name, one SID we will put, that is called a system identification. So using this system identification, we can identify the system and also we can connect it. And also when you are speaking with the others, and so which system we have done the installation, so and so system. So and so system means there is a naming convention, right? That is called the SID, system identification. In SAP, when you are putting the SID for that particular SID, when you are installing, you need to so follow the some rules. It should be three three alpha numeric characters, three alpha numeric characters we should put. Like it should be alpha numeric characters means, so it should not start with the numbers first. Suppose when you are installing the one SAP, we have to give naming convention like, suppose like example ABC and EA1B, suppose like something like that. So first letter should be in the, so alphabets we have to provide it. So then, so it should not be like 1AB, like 2BC, like at the rate of percentage, like that you should not put. Okay, if there is a naming convention, that is the procedure we have to follow when you are doing the installation. So we have to put this naming convention. So we have to put that naming convention. Okay, so suppose as a best practices, so normally, so what the organization will follow the standards. So when you are installing the ECC system, they will put like ECD, ECQ, like ED1, like ED2, something like that. Like so ECC development system, ECC quality system, ECC development 1, ED2, ECC development, like that. So by seeing this SID, we can simply say, okay, this is the SID of the ECC development. So same as like in outside, when you are putting the names to the our born babies, the first letter should be the father of the father, maybe So something like that we will choose it, right? Depends upon the regions. So same as like here also depends upon the customer. So depends upon the product you are installing. We will put the one naming convention for the each SAP system. Suppose when you are installing the NetWeaver systems, like it's like NetWeaver development, NetWeaver quality, NetWeaver production. Suppose like depends upon the usage, we will put this naming conventions, right? So when you are installing the S4 HANA systems, then we will put like S4 HANA development, like S4 HANA quality, like SD, SD1, S4 HANA development one, SD2. So some naming convention we should follow. So that is the best practices normally. To recognize simply, we will put the SID. So SID is mandatory for the SID is mandatory for the each, so for each system to identifying purpose. Okay. So what about the instance number? Instance number is the 2 digits number. For each SID there is a one instance number we have to put. So instance number starts from 002 to 2 digits number. It should start from the 00 to 99. Maybe you can use 00 for one SID, 01 for an SID, 02 for an SID, 03 for one SID, 0, whatever the number you are interested, not you, customer interested, that depends upon this one. But 99 is reserved for the, so reserved for the router. There is a service actually in our landscape, we will install it, that is reserved. So you should not put the 99. So up to 98 you can put it out, but instance number starts from 00 to 99 we can put it out. Okay. Application server name. Application, what is this application server means? Where you are installing, from which computer. Suppose in windows, how can we identify the computer name? What is this computer host name? So this PC, right click, go to the properties, then we'll see the computer name. So this is the computer name. At the same time, in the Linux also, when you type like just a host name, Linux is the different procedure to log in. So you need the putty. In the Linux based systems, you need the putty. So in the putty, you have to open it. You need to open the putty. Then here you need to type the host name. So in the Linux, the same naming convention, we will call it as the host name. But in the Windows, just we will call it as the computer name. Host name and computer name, both are same. Suppose in that host name, in that computer name, so this is our computer, this is our operating system. Okay, this operating system host name is SAP Windows. When you are doing the installation, we will put the one host name for each and every operating system also. Even your mobile device also, there is a name, right? If you go to the settings, there is a, maybe if you go to if you enable the Bluetooth name or something, there is a naming convention will be displayed. You can change it, right? Bluetooth or hotspot or Wi-Fi. There's some naming convention, some device naming convention. Why we are putting the naming convention means for identifying in the network. Okay, that is the main thing, right? So without name, which one we have to connect it? We are in the dilemma, right? So that is the reason for each and everything there is a identification. Okay, so when you install on this operating system, if you install the SAP, that is called the SAP application server name. When you install in the same operating system database, that is called the DB server name. So this host name, application server name means, so the host name, the computer name is called the application server name. Computer name means same computer name. Plain operating system name is called the computer name. Okay. Computer name. So on this computer, if you install the SAP application, so that application server name is called the computer name only. Host name means in the Linux language, same computer name we will call it as the host name. DB server name means if you install the DB here, that is the DB server name. So the words, this all are same. The only thing is depends upon the usage, depends upon the, so the naming which you are calling, that will be same. But bottom line, this all technical synonyms are the same. Okay. So but SID is for the SAP identification purpose. Instance number is the same as like we have name, then immediately we have the Aadhaar card number. So Ravi means we have sorry, sorry guys, I had that throat infection. Okay, so Ravi means in one state we have the 5 members, but which Ravi? So Aadhaar number will differentiate the which Ravi you are calling or employee number in the organization, right? Same as like your instance number will be differentiated. In one host you are the ECP, one more host either you are the same SID, but with SAP SID. So different instance number will identify the which SID you are connecting. Okay, so normally this technical terms like to identify for a naming convention. When you are installing the SAP system, we will put one naming, one SID, one naming ceremony. We will celebrate it, right? Same as like here when you are installing the SAP, we will put one name while doing the installation. Otherwise, so we cannot recognize what SAP SID you are installing. That purpose, we are putting the this SID, we are giving that one. Okay, these are the some technical terms. I just want to highlight this one before the installation. Okay, so now let's start with the installation. To do the installation, the first step, we have done the preparation activities, pre-work, OS is ready, space is ready, RAM is ready, network is ready, all the drive, space, software requirements, everything is ready. Now go start the SWPM tool. SWPM tool. This is the first installation software to proceed with the installation. Go to the folders. We have the E drive. In the E drive, go to the SAP softwares here. Go to the SWPM here. Then here, just select the SAP INST. Okay, just select the SAP INST. So when you open the SAP INST, so then it will open the URL in the browser. It will open the URL in the browser. So let's see. So without SWPM, we cannot do the any installation. So SWPM is the software to perform the installation. So after that, it will ask you to give the user ID and prompt it will to open the URL. So just I am entering the user ID and prompt. So I am entering here. Okay. So like so user ID password I have entered here. See here user ID password I have entered here. So this is the SAP SWPM screen here. So as I told, with this softwares we can install the S4HANA systems, BW4HANA systems, CRM systems like NetWeaver systems. Suppose like we have, if you go to the Business Suite 7i 2016, here we can install the CRM systems, SCM systems, SRM systems, so like that MDM systems, solution manager systems. So all kind of versions we can start the installation. All kind of versions we can do the installation. So SWPM software kernel will be used same. So only exports may change, it depends upon the product you are installing. So we can change the exports. So now what we are doing the installation now. So what SAP installation we are doing here. So here we will do with the ECC installation. Okay, ECC installations we can do that one. NetWeaver installation we can perform it. Maybe S4HANA installation also we can perform it. But the procedure is same. The same procedure. You need to open the SWPM tool. Then you need to open the SWPM tool. Then you need to do the installation. Start the SWPM tool. So when the SWPM is tool started here, this is the URL looks like. So port number, sorry, the protocol either HTTP, HTTPS, then host name. This is our computer host name, and 4237 is our port number for the SWPM. So this is the one of the very important point to remember. So what is the port for SWPM tool? So 4237 is the port number. 4237 is the port number for the SWPM tool. So this is the port number we have to use it. We have to use for the SWPM tool. Okay, this is the port number we have to use for the SWPM tool. So without this port number, the port number is blocked, if the port number is not accessible. So if something is already being used by other process, then SWPM screen it won't open, then you cannot progress the installation as well. Okay, so this port should be open. Okay, keep in mind during the interview point of time they may ask you questions like what is the port number for the SWPM tool 4237. Okay, how will you start the SWPM tool? So open the SWPM, then double click on the SAP INST, then SWPM URL will be opened in the browser. So to open the URL in the browser, there is a port 4237. This should be operational, this should be up and running, this then only this port will be opened. The port means this is just like a tunnels. Ports means tunnels in the Windows systems. Through this port our connection will pass. Okay, it's kind of tunnel. So tunnel means, so suppose like if you see in your home there is a so taps, right? Through this tap to that pipe the water will flow happens. Same as like one tap for the kitchen, one tap for the bathroom and everything, right? So each tap there is a reserved, right? Same as like here also each port is reserved for the specific functionality. Okay, don't get confused. We are not the fully Windows administrator to discuss about the force port, but we should be aware of what is this one. Okay, so SWPM is the so software tool. Okay, so SWPM is the tool here. So when you are doing the installation, see here, so it will open the URL in the screen. Here we are doing the ECC installation, right? We are doing the ECC installation or NetWeaver installations, whatever it may, any product we can do the installation. The procedure is common for all the SAP products. Now open the SWPM tool. Now go to either NetWeaver, it's a small product. Immediately it will be installed. ECC, then it will take some time. ECC. Then we'll go for the ECC installation. Here for the ECC, this is one of the business suite. Here under the SAP Business Suite 7.8 2060 folder, if you expand it, here you can see the Ehp8 for the ECC. Okay, just expand this one. Here you can see ECC from which database you are going to install it. So you need to choose the database, which database you are going to install it. So that database we have to choose it. So SAP HANA database. Okay, SAP HANA database. So in the HANA database, so we are doing the installation. So which means, so if I draw one diagram here, so this is our presentation layer. This is our SAP application. So this is our database. So if you want to install the SAP, definitely first you need to database should be required. Okay, so on top of DB, we have to place, we have to construct, we have to install our SAP application server. SAP we have to install it. Without DB, we cannot install it. Suppose if I take the example outside of the SAP, so DB is the basement. This is the floor, ground floor we are constructing it. So without basement, while constructing the home, will you install the home, right? No, nothing, right? No, nothing, no room will be installed, right? The same as like here. So DB is the basement here. So we do the basement here, SAP. So then presentation here. This is the SAP architecture. So here we are choosing the DB as HANA database. Why? Because we are discussing everything is in the HANA database. That is the reason. So here we are installing the application server ABAP. So application server. So we are installing the SAP application server. We are installing the SAP system or SAP system server. All are same. That is the reason I discussed, right? SAP app server, SAP application server, or ABAP application server. All are same. Okay. So we can install the ECC with the following distributed options. We have the three options: either the standard installations, distributed installations, high availability. So three ways we can do the installation. Depends upon the customer, choice, we can do the installation. So what are these three types? So I will explain it. Okay, so we'll go for the standard or distributed, we can do the installation. Okay, so standard means what is that? Okay, once again, let me navigate it here. See here, so where we are, don't get confused here. So we are in the, so this is the home screen when you open the SWPM. So we are installing the SAP ECC server. Then you need to open this folder. Under this folder, you have the EHP8. Just open it. Then which database, on top of which database you need to choose it. So HANA, then there is a HANA. So then Oracle, there is a Oracle. Same. So HANA. Then HANA, what is the installation? We are doing the installation. Then installation. Which one? Application server ABAP, we are doing the installation. Which type? Either the standard, distributed, high availability. There are the three types of options we have doing the installation. Okay, so what are those three types of installations here? So standard installation means, in one host, this is the one host, you are installing the database and you are installing the SAP. Both are in the one operating system. That is called the standard installation. Standard means both are in the one host. Okay, both are in the one host. So suppose like distributed means SAP, your database you installed in the one host. In another operating system, you are installing the DB or SAP. Both are in the different operating systems or different separate operating systems. In this case, this is called the distributed. Here you see two operating system costs, two maintenance licenses, CPUs, memory, separately we have to purchase it. So but advantage is here, but if the SAP is down, nothing will happen to the database, right? So if this operating system is crashed, nothing will happen to the here. But if both are in the same host, what will happen? If this operating system is crashed, entire SAP DB both will be crashed or down, right? Something will happen. If this network is down, both will be affected. If the CPUs are down, both will be affected. But if you install the individual, the cost is more, license is more, but safety are high, right? That is the reason some customers, they prefer in the distributed way, distributed installation, right? This is a standard in the distributed installations. Normally customers choose like, so non-production systems, they will choose the standard. Production, they will choose the high availability or distributed environment. So high availability means zero risk failure, 99.99% business is available here. So suppose example, they will install, this is the one data center, primary data center, or network data center. This is in one country, this is in the different country. Okay, two data centers, this is one country, this is another country. Here suppose the example, here you install the SAP, in one more data center you have installed the database up and running. So this is called the disaster recovery scenarios, DR scenarios, DR, disaster recovery scenarios. So SAP DB, and DB to installed. So obviously there is a DB replication, data will be replicated from here to here, data will be replicated. The detailed discussion will happen during the database discussion time. Okay, the DB replication will happen here. So here SAP is up and running here. SAP in the one more data center also you have the SAP. this is in the UK or this is in the US. Okay, so due to some power fluctuations, UK operations are down. UK, due to power issues in the UK region, entire data center is down. So which means your SAP system is also down. So nothing, we will not connect to this system. In this case, what will happen? Then in this case, you need to connect to the, you need to bring up the DR data center. Then users will connect to the SAP systems. Users will connect to this SAP system. So this is the high availability options. High availability options, which means so availability is more here. Because even though one data center, your business is in the worldwide. In one country, due to floods or some power fluctuations, data center is down. Then you have the one more data center. You can bring up the SAP systems. Then you can ask users to connect and they can do the business and everything, right? This will happen. So this is the high availability operations. This is the high availability. Okay. So yeah, now let's go to our system. We will go with the standard, our training system. Then standard, just click on the next button. Okay, so now we have the roadmap steps, define parameter section, review parameter sections and everything. So here you can see the task list here. In the task list, you have the tabs here. So log files, here log files are generating. We are not sure what is happening in the backend. Only 3 dots are loading here. So to check the log files here, so this is the refresh buttons actually. Here you can see the log files, SAP inst.log file, SAP inst underscore dev.log file. Here SAP inst dev.log file is very important here to check the what is happening with your SAP installation. So here now we got the parameter section state. So now bottom line here we need to enter we have to provide the inputs here. What are the softwares, SID, passwords, all the things we have to give it to the here. So that is the bottom line of the entire this SWPM process. Manual inputs we have to provide it here. We have to define the parameters here. Then after that, SWPM will do the installation. What parameters we have to give it means, so whatever the softwares we have downloaded, those softwares it will ask us, please provide the path of the kernel, host agent, export, client, so all these things it will ask us. Then we have to provide that path. Okay. So now parameter sections. First parameter either typical or custom. So typical means so default settings like one password for all users. So then less prompts we may get. Quickly we can finish it. But custom mode means more prompts for all the parameters. Each and every parameter we will get. It will take some time. So normally we choose this one, or some people they will choose the custom. There is nothing is different. So just only here less prompts, more screens we will get it out. Just click on the next button. So we have to enter the SWPM screen. It will ask the inputs for us. We have to enter the inputs. Then just click on the next button. Enter the input. Just click on the next button. Enter the software path, click on the next button. That is what we have to do as part of the installation. But here, before that, we need to download all the softwares, all the preparation activities, everything we have to perform it. Now see, so we have provided, now it is processing something here. See here, it is verifying. You can check the same logs here as well, in SWPM screen as well, verified successfully SWPM. So everything you will get here in the log file. So SWPM log files here. Where is that? Important log files. So here important during the installation, the port number for the SWPM files, log files, whenever there is a issue in which log files we need to refer it. So SAP inst.log file and the SAP inst underscore dev.log file. This blue top files are will be helpful to investigate the issue. Okay, then we have to enter the parameter section. Here, see here, it is asking the SAP SID. So star, which means SAP SID, we have to provide it here. What is the SID? We have to give it here. So maybe I can take like ECD development. Just click on the next button. Okay, just click on the next button. So anything, any SID you can give it, but proper naming convention should be recommended option. So because we are installing the ECC system, already one system is installed on the same host. So we can in one host, this is the one operating system. In one operating system, we can install the multiple SIDs, we can install it. Multiple SIDs, we can install it. It's not like hundreds I can install it means you can install it. But something wrong with this OSR file systems, all hundreds will be down at a time. So to avoid these issues, what they will do, people will do in the company organization. So in one host, one SID is the safer hands. Okay, but now is our training systems, so that multiple things we are installing in the one host. Then this is a DNS name. So domain name is not required. We don't have any domain name for our training servers. So that is the reason I unchecked it. Domain name means, so at the end of the screen, sometimes we may get the google.com. So maybe unilever.com, something like .coms, right? That is the domain name. FQDM, fully qualified domain names. So we don't have anything here. That is the reason I unchecked that one. Just click the next button. Suppose tomorrow if I create the domain, we can add it. After that also we can add it. So some parameters we need to change it. That we will discuss during the topics, right? So here the next screen, it is asking the password for the all the users. So what is the password? What is the password? Suppose here it is asking the password for all users. Suppose if I go to the custom option, typical and custom, I think manual, I think. So if I go to the, it will ask the not the all the password. One password for one user, second password for second user, third user, fourth, like that. Multiple users passwords we have to enter it. But here I choose the typical option, one password for all user. That is enough here. That is enough here. Okay, just click on the next button, then it will take it out. It will validate it. Then we can check the logs here. If any errors, we take it out. Just information only. Information means, so what exactly it is doing, that information. Formal password checking tool. If you provide some different passwords, it won't take it out. So the standards we have to follow. So we have opened the SWPM tool, then giving the inputs in the SWPM tool to perform the installation. So manual inputs are required here. We have to directly just click on the next button, it won't install it. So we have to provide the inputs, then click on the next button, then it will validate it. Our input is valid or not. Then only it will take it next step. See here, it is validating. The logs are updating. See here, the logs are updating here. Now we got the screen now. Now it is asking the database. So we have the database SID and database, everything is ready. Now go and enter the database as host name. This is a Linux host name. So SID is like ECD I'm creating here. What is the instance number? So instance number, maybe you can give it 00 SID instance number, or you can give the 10, or you can give the 02. So whatever it may be. So different instance number you can provide it. For the database also we have the SID. So SAP also we have the SID. So for the database host we have to provide it. Why? Because SAP we are installing on top of database. So that is the reason first we need to provide the instance number. Instance number means 2 digits number, 00 or 01 or 02, whatever it may be. That is 00. Okay. So password, user, system, the password we entered in previously, right? The password we entered. If you want to change it, you can change the password itself. Okay, just click on the next button. If you click on the next button, what it will do, it will go and check that connectivity. It will go and check the connection data, the parameters which you entered correct or not. It will check it out. Okay, you have entered this the SID instance number. So it is saying that it is going to be here. It is going to create the new database SID here. It is going to create the new database SID here. New database SID is going to create it here. That is what it is giving the information to us. Then click on to continue. Yes to continue. So no to go to the previous screen again. Just click on the yes. Yes means it is going to create now. So enter the password. Password we have to. So this is the screens we have to provide it during the SWPM screens. So always it will ask the inputs. We have to provide the manual input. Click on the next button, next button, next button, like that. We have to enter it. All these things we have to enter it. Okay, so now it is asking the path, search the location, software packages. So kernel path it is asking now. These all are related to the kernel. So we already downloaded as part of the preparation steps. Kernel we already downloaded. So those kernel path we have to give it. Either you can just copy the path, or in the screen itself you can browse it, go to the E drive and SAP softwares. So kernel, just select the kernel, click on the OK button. Just click on the next button. Why? Because it's asking the kernel path. So why we downloaded all the softwares, right? Client, kernel, exports, all the softwares we downloaded. Sorry, we still know it is not asked some anywhere. Then where it is asking? Now it is asking, right? It's after the passwords, SAD, DB, everything. Now it is asking the kernel, then exports, then client, then host agent, all the parameters it will ask it. Then after that we can do the installations. Not we, SWPM will take care of the all the installations. Why? Because now our scope is to give only. Can you go on mute, please, Mahbub?
Start daily.
Okay, sorry guys. So here, so now it's taking the inputs. Okay, so listen carefully. So when I'm explaining, then you can understand the concept, what exactly inputs we are giving. Why? Because you have to perform the installation. So that is the reason. So when tomorrow in your organization, so the customer asks you to build the new system, install the new system. So that time you should be aware of it. New system means you should ask the questions. What is SAD? We have to put it. What is the instance number? What are the clients passwords we have to put? How to download software. Softwares means you have to download the softwares. Then you should not ask the customer like how to download the software. If you ask the customer, immediately they will fire you. So you should be aware of to install the system, what are the softwares we required, and how to do the installation. Open the SWPM tool, launch the SWPM tool, then start giving the inputs in the SWPM screen. Okay, so now we started giving the SWPM tool. Then SWPM tool is just validating the softwares. We downloaded the softwares, then provided the path. Blindly it won't take it out. It will validate it. Each and every file it will validate it. It is correctly, or it's correctly are there or not, it will validate it. So now if you go to the here, it will check here what exactly it is doing here. So if you go to the here, first of all it is checking the SAP kernel directory. In the kernel directory we have the files are there. This validating these files and everything. So it is validating those files. It will extracting those files here. See here, it is checking each and everything. That is the reason it's taking time. Okay, so now it's extracted. If you just scroll down, you will see the, so whether it detected the packages or not. Yes, it is detected, all are aware of. If something corrupted with this package, it will throw the error. So all our packages are detected, it's good. Then just click on the next button.
What if any package is corrupted?
Then again we need to re-download. There is only one option. Suppose sometimes we downloaded 2 days back, in between someone got deleted something, means SWPM, it won't, it will tell like this patch, the software got corrupted, so tampered, something like manually tampered by someone, you cannot use this one, please download the new patch, means new software, again re-download, place this folder. Until then it will, it won't go next step. We face with these issues actually. So now it is asking the prerequisites checker results. So there is a swap, we have to allocate it, the virtual memory. So that's action, we have to take it out now, pre-work. So if you miss some pre-work, it will detect the issues. But we have the issues, this normal, it will detect it. So just you can just click on the next button. So we can skip that prerequisite checker, is skip that one. So just click no button. So we can skip it out. Why? Because we have the enough space, memory is there. So those we can ignore it. So if it is not ignorable, then as a some tool, SWPM tool, it will not go to the next step. This button is hidden. So upgrade the host agent. Host agent already installed. So that is the reason. So we just click on the next step. During the starting of the initial starting of the installation, as the host agent is required. But now we already, one SAP system is already installed, so host agent is not required again. So now it is asking the client path. Previously it is asked to the DB. Now what are the things it is asked? So first it is asked to the DB. We have first SWPM. We have started. When we started the SWPM, it is asked to the DB details we have given. Now after that kernel, passwords, everything we provided. So now it is asking the client. Now it is asking the client, the client path. Just click on the OK button. Now it will ask the client, where is the client file? Please provide the client file location. So now we need to go to the browse path, then E drive, then softwares, then client, software. Suppose what if I don't download in advance, before starting the installation? Now you need to download it, right? It will take some time again. So that is the reason. Together, as part of the preparation activity, we downloaded the all the softwares and everything we have downloaded. So now see, it's detected. Now we want to see if the package is not detected, it's not available, it won't go next step. But if you're clicking the next button, it's going to the next step, means the package is already taken into the account. The SWPM tool is already taken, it's already validated. So that it's going to the next step. Now client is done. Now it is asking the export, installation exports it is asking, right? So client is done. Now exports, export it is asking. So now we have to provide the path of the package location. Go to the here, E drive, SAP softwares. Where is the export? This is the exports. So here there's a direct, there's an export. Here we need to choose this file 510, that is the media number. So just select that one. Just click on the next button. So this will read the exports. Like that. So we have to do the inputs. Now I think we have done all the software exports we have provided. Now small questions it will ask us, then we have to verify it, then click on the next button, then finally the defining parameter section is completed, then it will go to the review parameter. Here we need to review. The SWPM tool will give the chance to us once again whether you have given the all the parameters correctly, you want to modify. If you want to modify, then again we can modify. Then just click on the next button, then it will go to the execute service. In this section, SWPM tool will start building the new SAP system. Will start installing the new SAP system in this screen. So here we don't require to be here. SWPM tool will take care of all the work. So just we need to watch the screen. That's it. Okay. So from only giving the manual inputs only, we have to be careful. We have to provide the all the inputs correctly. So just you can observe it here. If you go to the SAP-inst.log file, which files, which exports is signed, which export is verified. So all these things you can see here. You can observe it here. That is the reason. So SAP-inst.log file is the very important log file. Import number, tools, softwares. So these are the important points for the installation. Okay. So normally this installation will do by normally higher experienced people, but here we are also doing that one. But if you know this concepts, how we are doing, the way of we are doing, that is also enough. This will take some time actually, because here we have the exports, right? It will exports are the main one, so it will read each and every exports here. Here we have the 11 exports. It will read the 11 exports here. If you go for the NetWeaver installation, it has only 3 exports. It will finish quickly. And on the ECC exports, we have the 11 exports. S4HANA, as we seen, right? 30 exports we have in the S4HANA, right? 30 exports means only in this screen it will take one more half an hour. It will take it out. Half an hour it will take only this screen, only this step. So that is the reason giving the manual effects will take maximum 1 hour. 1 hour it will 1 hour time it will take to give the manual inputs. After that, installation will take the 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours it will take, depends upon the RAM size. It will take to 3 to 4 hours. So installations, SAP installation is the long time installation, long duration installation. It will take a lot of time. So any questions from anyone?
What is the major issues while installing this yes, software provisioning manager issues?
So when you are doing the installation, normally we have seen, right? Sometimes the packages will be corrupted, the softwares will be corrupted. It's tampered by some other processor, is tampered, it's corrupted. Suppose if you go, someone will read, someone deletes, or something will happen, some operating system process, it will be corrupted due to disk issues. Then again, we have to re-download. That is the one issue. Suppose sometimes what happens, the disk, this is the disk space issue. It's keep on filling. Normally, as part of the preparation activities, you are not properly checked the free space. You loaded all the packages, so it will disk space issues. You will get the disk space file system full issues. Then if the file system is full, then how to, it will not generate any logs here. It will not generate any logs. If the logs are not generating, immediately SWPM tool will detect like there is no free space, something like that. It will detect the issues and it will stop the installations. So, and one more thing. So when you are doing the installation, suddenly my database is down. My database level, I don't have free space. Something is happened with my DB. Then immediately SWPM will detect the issues. So depend. That is the reason carefully we need to do the installation of the database, then connectivity, firewall rules, the ports. Sometimes what happens when the port is blocked, so we have the firewall rules, the port is not open, then in this case even if SWPM tool will not open, right? So this is the issues we may face it. Not only this issue, during the installation what happens if you don't have, why? Because all the data now will load into the database level. Now it will create the few tables, it will create the some exports in the database level. So database level, if you don't have any space, any memory, what will happen? So it will not create anything, then SWPM will detect the issues now. So and also while loading the data, something, suppose like when it's taken already, but when you're doing the installation, during that time, if something got corrupted, package, that time also there is a chance. Now it's fine. Installation taken all the exports kernel, but during the installing, during the actual execute service, that time if it got failed, that time also installation may fail it. So when you are doing, we need to carefully perform all the pre-work, and carefully we need to perform this installation and everything. Chances, we have a lot of chances. Some index corrupted, database down situation. There is no free space at database level. There is no memory at database level. There is no right mount. Suppose sometimes if you don't have the, it will create the some locks at operating system level. So if you don't have enough permissions, what will happen? Then immediately it will throw the error. We don't have enough permissions to generate the log, something like that, right? Suppose, see here, it is verifying the files. It is verifying the SAP software's export. Suppose what happens if I don't have the access to the SAP software? Immediately it will throw the error. So it depends upon the, so the way we are doing the installation. If we are blindly following the installation means, so we may get the issues. So if you are step by step, you are step by step, all the pre-work is done, then now you are doing the installation, though normally we won't get chance to failures, so it will be installed successfully. We cannot predict when the error will comes and everything. So but only thing is, we have to step by step, we have to perform it. Something is happens, we need to fix it. See, now connection has been lost.
These network issues also will affect that installation.
Yes,
Sir.
yeah, definitely.
And apart from this, not related to installations, as we are giving in interviews, sir,
Yeah.
and they are mainly focusing on HANA database only.
Yeah,
And
HANA database.
yeah, actually we worked on Oracle database.
Okay.
But what you have done in HANA database, like that they are asking.
Yeah, definitely we have the,
yeah,
definitely we have the topic, right? HANA DB administration. So that
yeah.
time, once the topic is completed, now you are can able to answer like, yes, in HANA side, I done the installations, I done the upgrade, I done the HANA administration topic, stop and start. So backups, restore, recovery, replications. So all the troubleshooting, checking the logs, all kind of administration work you can see end of the topic. Yeah, we can say like this.
Okay.
But now we are in the
I'm just answering that we have started and stopped and started database.
Yes.
And we have checked the database connection using this thing, HDB info.
Yeah. Small part you
These
covered
things,
it. Yeah. Small
yeah,
part you are covering. That is fine. But in detail, they will expect these are the answers like so administration, configuration, parameters, troubleshooting logs, checking the logs, all these things. Okay, so saying something is happened with this one. What happened? Let me check.
Yeah.
And everything is fine. All the VMs are fine. Oh, okay. Now he's back.
Sir, earlier you have mentioned while installing some passwords.
Yes.
Is it given by the organization or we should create those passwords?
No. We have to provide. We have to provide.
Okay.
No. It should be given by the client only, right? If you put our own naming convention like ABCD 1 2 3 Amma Nana welcome one, that will not accept by organization, right? So
No, actually,
client.
while downloading SWPM tool, you entered some kind of passwords.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is our own remember passwords. That I can share it with you, not a problem. Don't worry. So only thing is, so that passwords. Oh, I think it's OS is restarted. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so that passwords normally client we have to ask them which why because we are working for the client, so we have to ask them. So which password we need to set, which one we need to set. They will provide like give your own naming convention. Some customers they will say like put this is the proper password, something like that. We have to put their passwords, not our own passwords. We have to put proper passwords, which is not guessable. Which is not guessable. Why? Because if they guess, someone will log in and they will hack the server, right? So that is what.
Okay.
Okay. So that is what we have to do that one. So now I think it got restarted. All the sessions are gone. So now what you can do, whatever the inputs we have given now, exports, kernel, DVD, everything, you can give that one. Just click on the next button, then that will be installed. So during your practice, you can start doing the installation. Okay, so that will be installed. Just try it. If you have any doubt, let me know. Then we can connect it and we can fix it. So now your turn to do the installation same way. So you have to start the SWPM tool, then give the inputs. Just click on the next button. Nothing is there. We almost reached to the end. Just give the next button. Then that will be. Then once one phase, it will ask us to verify it. Once you verify it, just click on the next button. That will be installed. So one person just start the installation using the SWPM tool is already there. Then log in with your user. So when it is asking the any user, maybe it is asking the administrator user, maybe you can give the administrator user the password. I will share you in our group, then you can use that password. Okay. One more thing is, when you are doing the installation, at a time only one person has to perform the installation. Multiple users can log in, but installation softwares only we have one location, right? That is the reason. So if one person is doing, that person has to finish it, entering in the inputs and everything. Then one more person has to take it out. One more person, like that. At a time, multiple persons cannot do the installation. That is the standard. Why one more host we can perform it, but we all are connecting to the one host only. So that is one is enough. You can log into the one host, then we can perform the installation. So who are doing, just ping in the group so that others are aware of that one. Then one more person they can, once you've done, just inform to others I have done the giving the installation inputs. Then please proceed the one more person, like that. Just you can coordinate between with us. We can coordinate and we can complete the installation today. Then tomorrow we are in the good to start. After the installation, what we have to do, what administration topics we have to discuss, that we will discuss. Okay.
Yeah, one thing, if while installing the software provisioner manager, if any wrong, how can you uninstall that?
Yeah, we can do the uninstallation as well. There is a SWPM tool. Not only installation, using this tool, we can also do the uninstallation of the SAP system. So that's possible. I will show you. Don't worry. But now we are doing the installation, right? Just to do the installation only. Uninstallation, I will tell you how
Okay,
to do the
fine.
uninstallation. Yeah, it's
Okay,
possible.
okay.
It's possible to do the uninstallation as well. It's possible to do the rename as well. Suppose, unfortunately, I have given the ECD. After that, my client asked you to change the ECD to some ECQ. Then again, do you need to uninstall and install again? Not required. Just to rename. We have the option. I will show you. We have the options. I will show you. So we are in the first phase, right? So that's why. So I'm not going to explain all these things. So I will show you how to do that.
Fine.
Sometimes client will say today, do the installation easily. Tomorrow he will change his mind and okay, don't go for the ECQ. Then how? We done the installation, after everything is done, 3 days we wasted everything. Now the system is built. Now client is asking the uninstall this one, install, rename it. No need to uninstall it, just rename is possible. That's possible. We can do.
Sir, we got network crash, right?
Yes,
The
yes,
process will That process will resume from there. Or we need to
Yeah,
start?
it will resume from there. Yeah, one more thing is important point. Good catch up. Yeah, thank you. So one more thing is installation got stopped in the middle. You went to the outside, installation got stopped. So where it got stopped, it will resume from there only. It will resume from there only. So you don't want to go for the resume from old run. You want to go the new one. You will get the option. Take the new option or continue with the existing run. So you have the option. You will get that option. But in our case, what happened? Our Windows system got restarted. Maybe it's was run long time. That is the reason I think it got restarted in the 7 minutes back. So now system is free. Now we can start the installation. Okay.